kidding me? Foolishness. Seemed foolish. We're going to split the Red Sea and walk through on the other side? That's crazy. But he had to take a step into it before it split. Then it began to part the ways as they walked and continued to part as they went forward. If he hadn't have took the step, if Gideon hadn't have went, they wouldn't have been in this faith chapter. Would our names, would it be recorded under that faith chapter? If the Bible was written and we lived back in those days, would our name be recorded in a part of that? Or would we be in the era, shall the Son of Man return to faith? And the answer would be no. You got to step out into the foolish things. You got to step out into your weak areas. You got to step out before you find out. Step out before you find out. You got to get out of your comfort zone. We got to quit sitting back waiting on God to move for everything. We know what faith is. We know what we got to start doing. We got to start entering these gates with faith, is what God's saying. You got to recognize that where two or three are, I'm in the presence. And I am due my praise. Give it to me. No matter what kind of day you had, no matter what kind of situation I had, and see what I'll do. See what I'll do for you. But sitting back waiting on to feel me, sitting back to wait to feel my presence, ain't going to cut it. I want you to praise me no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what's happening, and see what I'll do for you. Many would think it'd be foolish right now for Teresa and for Chris to step up and start praising God for all that He's done. Many people would, but I wouldn't. I sure would. I'd think, man, what kind of faith those people have. Because I would hope I could do the same, because I can't tell you I would. I can't. I really can't. But that's what He's saying. The things that seem foolish to us is not to God. If we just try it and step out of our boat, step out of the routine, step out of the things, or we can continue sitting back, waiting on the Spirit of God that we feel Him before we start worshiping Him, then is it really faith? That's the question I want to really pose to you. If you feel it and you see it, is that faith? That's the question you need to ask yourself as you go home today. And I know these are not answers you want to hear. I know these are not things that people get excited about. Well, you're asking me to do something and I'm not going to have a golden road to heaven. You're asking me to do something that it's not going to be so easy. You're asking me to do something that's going to be tough. Yeah, you got to get tough with the tough things. I'm going to tell you right now. And we've said that all the way through this. We're going to have to learn to get tough with the tough things. We're going to have to learn to get downright mean with our flesh and with Satan. And go to an all-out war against him. And realize, just like we preached, that when Jesus appeared on the scene, the demons trembled. Well, who's in you? Demons tremble if you use, but I believe they're controlling us. Putting fear in us, saying, you won't step out of that boat. You ain't going to do it. You know if you step out, you're going to sink and drown. You can't swim. In waves, like that song says, the waves of doubt keep crashing in. They just keep crashing in because I've tried before and it didn't work. The waves of doubt are laughing at me and telling me I can't do it. They just keep crashing at me, saying there ain't no way, laughing in my face. When God's saying, won't you come on? Come on. But people will try it a day or two, or like we said, people get excited about a revival for a week or two and they go right back in the routine. Go right back to where they were. I've seen it happen time after time after time. You see them get excited and you're saying, Lord, I hope this is the time that they stay in it. But it ain't no time that people's right back where they were, sitting back, waiting on God to move them. When He brought a revival and moved you and got you revived, and we fell right back into it. When He said, don't go back in the boat. Stay out on the water. You won't sink if you keep your eyes on me, I promise. If you just keep it going, you won't sink. And if you do even stumble and begin to, I'll reach down and pick you back up. I'll reach down and grab you, and you just keep on coming and see what I'll do. See what I'll do. Try me. That's all he's saying. Try me. Start coming in the doors with praise and start coming into service lifting me up, and be excited and be uplifting. Or sit back and wait upon me. To sit back and wait on me to stir you up. But then is it faith? If you feel it and you see it, go home thinking about that. And without faith, it's impossible to please God. And I know that everybody wants to please God. I know you do. You wouldn't be here. You do. And you want to make it to heaven and have one of them records that God will go, wow, that was a good one. Man, here's a good one. Look at all this. You really want that. But it's going to take you stepping out of your comfort zone. It's going to take you making a move toward it. Or you can keep riding a boat, doing the same thing, sitting back, waiting on God to do it for you. But that ain't faith. That's God doing it for you. That's Him. Now He does it, but He's wanting us to step out. His power does it. But it's up to us. I've given to you what I know the Lord wants us to know. It's the next step. And going forward in what God wants His church to do. Can't go by feelings. You can't go by, just don't feel it, Shane, I don't feel it. That's called faith. I just don't know. It's called faith. Step out into those things. Get out of that routine. As I said, has the routine or the path you've been taking brought the powers of God and brought the fruit of the Spirit? If it hasn't, you better change. If you want it. And if you don't, keep riding the boat you're riding. And you're going to get the same results. You're going to get the same outcome. It's up to us. We can get excited. Paul went through persecution, went through necessities, went through tribulation, went through all that. But he said it excited him to know that he bore it for Christ. Excited him. You tell people that today, they'll walk off from you. They'll just, I don't want nothing to do with that. What happened to the good things? I thought they're supposed to be good things in serving the Lord. I thought they're supposed to be great things in serving God. They are. But only when you step out of the boat. And step out onto the water and get out of your comfort zone. And see what it does. It's up to us. Just remember, faith is not feeling it and seeing it. Faith is doing it without feeling it and seeing it. It's worshiping God no matter how you feel. But are we going to do it? Or are we going to sit back? That's what He wants to ask you today. I gave you what I think He wants you to have. Now, does anybody have anything? Song, prayer, or anything like that? No. I definitely want to thank God. I do. I really do. I've been through tough times and hard times, but they made me learn. They have. They made me learn. And that may not be much. It may not. But I'm thankful. But I know that He's been with me. I failed too many things. I made a lot of mistakes.